What on, everybody? It's your boy, newly elected one, back with another one. And I'm going to drop a double header for y'all. This first one's going to be on vaccines. And the title of this presentation, this PowerPoint presentation is, Are Vaccines Safe? Now, YouTube, I don't want no shit out of you because I Google, YouTube, and I see a lot of people making vaccine videos. So I don't want my shit flagged or any of that because I'm laying straight facts, all receipts, no cap. So, as I was saying, the title of this one is, Are Vaccines Safe? Let's kick it off with the rules and regulations far wise as vaccine products being approved for process. Now, if you read at the top of this paragraph, this screenshot straight off the FDA website. If you can look at the upper left-hand corner, you'll see FDA, www.fda.gov. So I don't need no fact checks. I ain't trying to hear it's misleading, any of that. So, as you see in the beginning paragraph, FDA's Center for Biologics Evaluation and Research, short for CBER, is responsible for regulating vaccines in the United States. Current authority for the regulation of vaccines resides primarily in Section 351 of the Public Health Service Act and specific sections of the of the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. Vaccine clinical development follows the same general pathway as for drugs and other biologics. A sponsor who wishes to begin the clinical trials with a vaccine must, let me emphasize that, must submit an investigational new drug application, short for IND, to FDA. The IND describes the vaccine, its method and malfunction, manufacturer, and quality control tests for release. Also include are information about the vaccine's safety and ability to elicit a protective immune response, immunogenicity. Yeah, that's about right. Immunogenicity. Yep. In animal testing, as well as the proposed clinical protocol for studies in human, as well as the proposed clinical protocol for studies in human. So as I break that down, what they basically saying is that you cannot manufacture a vaccine without proving it like effective on the animal basis trial and the human basis trial. So you really cannot skip a formality or a step when it comes to making something so vital. So let's go down to this slide right here. Coronavirus update. Yep, a coronavirus. Coronavirus update. Vaccine skips important animal testing phase straight to human trial. How is that so? How is that so? When you take it back to the vaccine product approval process, it clearly say also included are informations about the vaccine's safety and ability to elicit a protective immune response, immunogenicity, and animal testing, as well as the proposed clinical protocol for studies in humans. So how do you just bypass the most critical steps, which is testing, which I do not agree on that? Somebody need to call motherfucking Peter, because I get into what I'm ready to say a little later. Animal abuse, that's all I gotta say. Where's Peter when you need him? Peter shows up when the celebrity is walking a fur coat doing a video shoot. You got Peter on the scene, on the set while the video is being shot. Movies, oh my God, I just wonder what Beethoven had to go through while filming the movie. I guarantee Peter was all on board, allegedly, or how you want to put it. All right. So, as you can see, coronavirus update. Vaccine skips important animal testing phase straight to human trial. Now, look how the paragraph start off. It's a risky gamble that will save thousands of lives if it pans out, but might risk the health of its brave volunteers if it doesn't. The gamble also doesn't seem to conform to accepted medical ethics. Come on. So what they're saying in this whole paragraph is that we're breaking the law, and we know it don't conform to the law, but we're still doing it in the sake of what? A pandemic. I mean, a pandemic. Excuse me. So, as you can see here, it clearly states it's a risky gamble. What do you mean it's a risky gamble? What do you think we're on fourth and fifth on our fucking own yardage? Like, what do you mean it's a risky gamble? What do you mean? So I got Ace of Club and King of Club dealt from the start and Texas Hold'em, and I'm just gonna what go all in from the deal because I got an Ace King dealt in the pocket in Texas Hold'em. It's a risky gamble that will save thousands of lives if it pans out. If it pans out. Why there's not quotation marks? Like that's just not if it pans out like it's nothing. Like they just put it in a regular sentence like if it pans out. Like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. Okay. Moving along. The urgent need to get into production a vaccine against the severe acute respiratory syndrome coronavirus 2, SARS-CoV-2. The causes COVID-19 has convinced doctors to proceed to human trials of this candidate vaccine without first completing animal trials, as is the usual procedures in multi-step clinical trials. The candidate COVID-19 vaccine is codenamed mRNA-1273. It was developed in record time. Wait a minute. It was developed in record time? I'm just not understanding. So you need to tell me, y'all started off with saying it's a risky gamble, but it was developed in record time. It's risky, but we rushed it. It's risky, but we rushed it. You understand what I'm saying? It's risky, but we sped it up and rushed it. It's risky, but we rushed it. Okay. So let's see what happened when they rushed it. Which brings me to my next slide. What's in vaccines? One might ask. As you can look here, type of ingredient, preservatives, adjuvants, stabilizers. Let's go to the next one because I can't fully read out after residue cell, residual cell culture materials, residual activated and activated ingredients, residual antibiotics. Now let's go and see what they mean by this. Residual and activated ingredients. Formaldehyde. Formaldehyde. Now they say that formaldehyde is naturally a natural gas that's developed by the human body. But what they neglect to tell you is formaldehyde at certain quantities and dosages is poisonous. That's what they neglect to tell you. Formaldehyde is actually an odorless gas that they have to take through like magical and scientific procedural steps to get it to a compound where it is a liquid or a solid. Like formaldehyde naturally is a gas, a poisonous one at that. And when humans or plant life or any type of living organism is exposed to too much of this, it is extremely dangerous. Let's go back up to the top right quick. Oh, that's not. Rejuviants. Aluminum salts. Aluminum. Hmm. Aluminum. But look what they tell you. From drinking water, infant formula, or use of health products such as antacids, buffered aspirin, and we all hold aspirins. We all know that aspirin, scientifically proven, that gives you liver conditions. You can go and look it up. And antiperspirants. Aspirin alone is just like how Bayer Aspirin had to face that lawsuit for giving people liver failure, things of that nature. Go and look it up. Please fact check me. Or I'll make another video adding that in, however you want it. So we have amounts of a poisonous gas known as formaldehyde. We have aluminum salt, aluminum, which is how y'all want to label it, heavy metal, light metal. Nevertheless, it's bad for human intake and digestion. So you can go and look that up. And thiamasol. Hmm, thiamasol is mercury-based composition. A mercury-based composition. I believe it's ethyl mercury. Nevertheless, is highly deadly to humans when given over a certain percentage of it. Go and look it up. So my thing is with these vaccines is why do they put thiamasol, aluminum, and formaldehyde, which is all dangerous to the human body? So you mean to tell me that vaccines won't be vaccines without these three key ingredients because they want us to believe that it is there to prevent contamination? So the only substance on earth that y'all could use as a preservative is a mercury-based substance to help boost the body's response to the vaccine. Y'all mean to tell me that heavy metals such as aluminum salts is necessary for the vaccine. So y'all telling me a residual and activating ingredient has to be a poisonous gas that they saying that the human body automatically develops, but is highly poisoned when given a certain amount of doses in a certain time span. Formaldehyde that they use in particle boards, wood, and so on and so forth, that they use in wood or paint stripping chemicals or compounds and so on and so forth, however you want to label it. So you mean to tell me the same thing that they use to dissolve metal is good for the human body? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. So the only chemical on the face of the earth to kill viruses or inactivate toxins during the malfunctioning process is formaldehyde, another highly poison or damaging chemical. You can't make it make sense. And did y'all know that concerns based on extrapolations from method mercury is what I spoke about earlier, which is thimerosal, caused thimerosal to be removed from U.S. childhood vaccines starting in 1999, but remains in all multi-dose vaccines and flu shots. Though many single-use vaccines with no thimerosal are available, Clarkson has argued that risk assessment based on methylmercury were overly conservative in light of observations that methylmercury is eliminated from the body and the brain significantly faster than methylmercury. Moreover, Clarkson has argued that inorganic mercury metabolized from ethanol ethyl ethylmercury, despite its much longer half-life in the brain, is much less toxic than the inorganic mercury produced from mercury vapor for reasons not yet understood. So you mean to tell me that y'all didn't break down the science on the use of mercury and methylmercury and ethylmercury to a point that y'all can't figure out or reasons unexplained for y'all terminology sakes, but y'all pumping in our body and our vaccines. What sense do that make? All I'm saying is it sounds like a load of bullshit. Because y'all study this, y'all working with this, y'all feel confident enough to put it in vaccines, but not explain or not go through the whole procedure and process on figuring out how this chemical compound works. Hmm? That don't even make sense, bro. That don't make sense. So y'all could tell us it's dangerous, but it works in small doses. But y'all can't tell us how it works in small doses without being dangerous. That shit is a joke. It states it right there. Moving along. Now this is the catch 22. Do y'all understand that we can't, no matter how much flack we get about vaccines and it's supposed to be allegedly linked to autism or not, if our kids or us was to take a vaccine who's been approved by the FDA and it causes us seriously harm, bodily harm, or even causes our life for the matter, what they have is a safety net protocol in place where we can't sue. We can't sue. We cannot sue the vaccine makers. We would have to try to get let's just read this article right quick. The Supreme Court ruled Tuesday that a federal law prohibits lawsuits against drug makers over serious side effects from childhood vaccines. The court voted 6-2 against the parents of a child who sued the drug maker Wealth in Pennsylvania State Court for the health problems that they say their daughter, now 19, suffered from a vaccine she received in infancy. Excuse me. The ruling was a stingy defeat for families dissatisfied with how they had feared before a special no-fault vaccine court. So basically what these motherfuckers saying is that even though that we didn't confirm how certain chemical compounds work in our vaccine, we ain't studied that yet. But we gonna pump them in your body, not knowing the long-term effects because it clearly says we haven't studied that yet. Or we studied with the short-term effects. So we're not responsible if the states require you to get this vaccine or not and you die or develop a mental illness or physical illness behind the drug that we made and the drug that we did verify, confirm, and make sure that we knew what the long term, short term effects was going to be by using the drug that we're making. That's not our problem because the court says that you can't sue us. They haven't. A judge said that. A judge said that. So not only are they making drugs that they're not 100% sure on if they help or hurt a person by taking them, they put a clause in fact that they can't be sued if it do hurt you. So it's another gamble. Y'all saw how it started off. It's a risky gamble. Y'all heard it straight out their mouth. It's a risky gamble, and they're gambling with our lives. Those are facts. You see it here and there. You see it right there. The shit is sad, bro, because the world operate out of profit. The world only move for money. What's this? What's this here I stumbled upon? 42 U.S. Code 300 AA-22 Standards of Responsibility. What is that? I know a lot of people probably asking, what is that? Well, you go to read in A in parentheses, general rule, except as provided in subsections B, C, and E. State law shall apply to a civil action brought for damages for a vaccine-related injury or death. B. Unavoidable adverse side effects warnings. No vaccine manufacturer shall be liable in a civil action for damages arising from a vaccine-related injury or death. There we go, that risky business. There we go. So we're going to give you some, and we don't know what the effects is going to be. We don't know how it's going to affect you. It could kill you. It could injure you. It could maim you. It could hurt you. Or it could help you. I don't know. We don't need this whole. I don't know what it's going to do to you. I don't know. We ain't got the actual scientific proof to say that it's not going to hurt humans. But we're going to roll the dice on it because it is risky. I'm just saying their words, not mine. They called it a risky gamble. And that's what it is. It's like I'm on my own 10-yard line and it's fourth down, 13 yards to go, 4 seconds on the clock. We're down by 6. I have no choice but to throw a Hail Mary. It's risky, but if I complete the pass, it can pay off. What? I just don't understand. Let's go to section B. Oh, we already did that? Let's go to section B, parenthesis 2. For purposes of paragraph, in parenthesis 1, a vaccine shall be presumed to be accompanied by proper directions and warnings if the vaccine manufacturer shows that it complied in all material respects with all requirements under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetic Act. 21 U.S.C. 301. And Section 262 of this title, including regulations issued under such provisions applicable to the vaccine and related to vaccine-related injuries or death for which the civil action was brought unless the plaintiff, unless, I ain't even goddamn take my time to do another screenshot on that shit because y'all can see it's all bullshit, first and foremost. Unless. How the fuck you gonna say unless to me? And y'all tell us that we need this vaccine. We need this shot for our kids to go to school. Y'all need this because it's public safety. Or we need this because it's public safety. We can't go here. We can't go there. We can't go anywhere without this vaccine because it's for public safety. But yet and still, you motherfuckers can't offer us any type of guarantee. Because y'all rushing shit. It's a gamble. Y'all said it's a gamble. It's a gamble. Shit is weird, bro. Shit is real. Oh, I do have it. Well, you know. For purposes of paragraph 1, a vaccine shall be presumed to be accompanied by proper directions and warnings if the vaccine manufacturer shows that it complied in all material respects with all requirements under the Federal Food, Drug, and Cosmetics Act 21 USC 301 and Section 262 of this title, including regulations issued under such provisions applicable to the vaccine related to vaccine-related injury or death for which the civil action was brought unless the plaintiff shows. Hmm, interesting. 2A. That the manufacturer engaged in the conduct set forth in subparagraph A or B of section 300 AA 23D2 of this title, or parentheses B, by clear and convincing evidence that the manufacturer failed to exercise due care notwithstanding its compliance with such act and section and regulations issued under such provisions. Parentheses C. Direct warnings. No vaccine manufacturer shall be liable in a civil action for damages arising for a vaccine-related injury or death associated with the administration of a vaccine after October 1st, 1988, solely due to the manufacturer's failure to provide direct warnings to the injury party or the injury party's legal representation of the potential dangers resulting from the administration of the vaccine manufactured by the manufacturer. So basically what they're saying is that we're going to tell you that you need this vaccine to do this, that, and the third. Your child needs this vaccine to do this, that, and the third, because if they don't, then there's a threat to public safety. But on the other hand, we're not held accountable if these vaccines do bodily injury or cause of death. So you can't sue the drug makers, but you gotta sue the people who sponsor the product in a sense. Let's make sure. Everyone is anxiously waiting for a COVID-19 vaccine, but as the world's most cutting-edge drug makers race toward the finish line, things have gotten complicated. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. In the U.S., there are 4 companies that are in the final stage of testing their COVID-19 vaccines. Moderna, Moderna, Pfizer, AstraZeneca, and Johnson and Johnson. Who the guys who made baby powder, and the baby powder was giving women cervical cancer. That Johnson and Johnson. Oh, okay. All of them have reported side effects in trial participants after giving the shots. 2 companies, AstraZeneca, Zeneca, Zeneca, however y'all want to say it, AstraZeneca, and Johnson & Johnson have paused phase 3 human testing in the United States after 7 volunteers fell so ill that it worried health regulators. So let me tell me, after y'all broke the cardinal rule of vaccine product approval process, after y'all broke the cardinal rule that y'all had to test it on animals, y'all went on and tested on humans and had the whole fucking 3 to 4 companies that was testing their drug 3 phases out on humans before they tested it on animals. They felt so ill that it worried health regulators. It's not uncommon for vaccines to induce adverse responses in healthy people. Most of them will make it past the FDA as long as the discomfort is mild and temporary. Yet, it's something the public needs to know before taking any vaccine. Yet, it's something the public needs to know before taking any vaccine, especially one for a highly contagious virus like COVID 19, which will require vast, vast adoption to stem its spread. So it seems like what we got here is we're being finessed, basically. We're being finessed. We're being tricked into taking these experimental drugs who is not being appropriately like dissected, watched, and studied. Like it clearly shows back in slide two, slide three. It's a risky gamble that will save thousands of lives if it passed. So it won't jeopardize millions of lives. So you only tell that it's only going to gamble with thousands of lives. Even if that's the case, y'all are willing to gamble with thousands of lives instead of taking the proper steps and measurements on something that y'all don't even know it's going to work in the first place. Because if y'all knew that it was going to work in the first place, y'all would have implemented this code right here in 1988 after y'all said that y'all wouldn't even use method mercury no more. So after y'all made this rule in 1988, let me find it right here. No vaccine malfunctioner shall be liable in a civil action for damages arising from a vaccine-related injury or death associated with the administration of a vaccine after October 1st, 1988. So y'all put a clause in effect, a safety net, a protocol to get y'all out of Shit's Creek because y'all rushing and experimenting on the people with this, that, and the third when y'all took it straight out of the whole conference of what it's supposed to be far wise is animal testing first. So it seems real odd to me that y'all would want to gamble with people's life and y'all not even y'all own pet guinea pigs to the testing at hand. So it's like y'all not testing it on y'all loved ones, but y'all go to the public and seek them and seek us to be volunteers to y'all experimental design. Even though y'all confirmed that these vaccines could cause injuries or death, but y'all are not liable for that, being y'all the drug makers. Y'all not liable. And y'all cramming what I done said so far, aluminum, methylmercury, ethyl mercury, and what else was it? What was the last one? That was very harmful. Oh, thimerosal. That makes absolutely no sense. That makes absolutely no sense. That makes no sense. So they didn't put a clause up to protect them from injuries and death by pumping these poisonous vaccines in us. And they made it law that they can't be sued. They made it law. These are facts. So YouTube don't even start it with the bullshit, bro. So if you had to ask me, was vaccine safe? Me personally, in my opinion, I don't think they is, but allegedly, according to the world and the health organization, the FDA, the FDA, the WHO, World Health Organization, that it is very sequential. But we as humans have a right. I'm not trying to discourage anybody from taking a vaccine. I'm not trying to discourage y'all from letting y'all kids take a vaccine. I just know what it is, me personally. And we have to learn what they're really pumping into us and our kids. That they're not liable for any backlash or any injuries or death that ensue after injecting our kids with these poisons. Y'all can have it. Y'all can say that shit, bro. Like I said, I don't need no flag back YouTube. But like I said, everything I said was back with facts, bro. Everything I said was back with facts. It ain't no false information here. Everything is from the FDA, so on and so forth. It's proof, what I'm saying. So I don't want to hear that flagging shit, bro, like y'all flag everybody else's. But I see vaccine motherfucking videos from 2016, 2018. And I don't want to hear that because ain't none of them back up nothing they said, bro. I ain't gonna sit up here and try to encourage people to get a vaccine, the coronavirus, and none of that. I'm not gonna even sit up there and do that. I'm gonna let people know what the world should know and what's public information and how dangerous those vaccines are for this pandemic. Smarten up, people. Smarten up, man. Smarten up. Wake the fuck up. These people don't care about us, bro. They don't. They act like they care about us. If they really cared about us, they would have put that safety net in place. Whereas if they was really trying to help us, then they can't be sued by the adverse effects from the vaccines when they're out here skipping protocol such as testing it out on humans first. Facts. We had an Ebola breakout. Y'all don't believe me? Here we go. Let me see. Just to show y'all something right quick. As you can see right here at the top, I don't have to click on anything. Ebola virus case in the United States, Wikipedia. 4 laboratory confirmed cases of Ebola virus disease, commonly known as Ebola, occurred in the United States in 2014. 11 cases were reported, including these 4 cases and 7 cases medically evacuated from other countries. The first was reported in September 2014. So you mean to tell me the Ebola virus is less worse now? The Ebola virus is way less worse than the coronavirus. Get the fuck out of here, man. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. They ain't locked the world down for the Ebola virus that outbroke right here in the United States in 2014. They didn't. But a flu, the coronavirus, got the world shut down. The world shut down. Supposedly released for Wuhan, China. Come on, man. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all see the facts right here. Ebola virus cases in the United States. Y'all see it. In 2014, 11 cases were reported, including these 4 cases and 7 cases medically evacuated from other countries. The first was reported in September 2004. Come on, man, get the fuck out of here. Man. Like I said, man, don't fall for the gimmicks, man. Don't fall for the smoke and mirrors. I'm not discouraging anybody to take that. I mean, that's your choice. Like I said, if it's going against public health interests, then I encourage everybody to take the vaccine. Wink, wink. But I know who's not. Me and mines. Y'all go ahead and inject that poison in y'all, bro. Heavy metals and mercury, bro. Aluminum salts, mercury, and another form of mercury. Come on, bro. All right. Okay. COVID is COVID is real. COVID-19 is real. I expect everybody to respect the World Health Organization. Please wear your face mask and practice social distancing. Wink, wink.